Washington playing a 2-3 zone and plugging it up inside. Joe almost lost it as the ball was out of the floor. He got it back.
I had 21 though. I tell you that, Trill. I was getting my money. Ain't no way I'm coming back to the hood, man. And you know, we ain't try to win or I have a good game against them, man. I couldn't have been accepted back in West Line. Ain't no way.
The activity underneath the basket. Foul is on number 24. That's Deshaun Wilson.
Here we'll see.
I was nervous in the mud, though. I'm going to keep it 100. Shit, you going up against Kyle Rayford, number 1 player in the state, number 1 point guard in the country. You going against a Boo turn team. Shoot, I watched Boo growing up all my life, from Mirror to the Hampton Leagues and at Wash House to scoring dubs his whole career. Yeah, you'd be scared of that backcourt, man. Shoot, you go look at the Streets and Smith book. They was ranked number 10, but I think they was finished like number 4 in the country. And if they wouldn't have lost to Tulsa East, they'd have been number 1 in the country. So yeah, you a little nervous, man. A little nervous about playing them cats, man. But sometimes that nervousness, it bring out who you really are, man. You know, that competitive spirit, and that's where I was at. I just wanted to compete with these dudes, so I can be on the floor and compete with these dudes. I may not be the best, but I can play with the best. Not only play with them, but be effective too.
And the foul is on number 22, Milwaukee Hamilton. Jack Richards with the foul.
Oh, Jack. Look at Mr. Jones. Look at that face. Yeah, I know what they saying. Mickey Mouse right now. Look at Coach T. You know, he had the curl back there, ready for the world. How many Husky cats you know back in the days used to give it to cats like Boo did? Boo tell you, I don't need to lose no weight. I play with it. Show me what you can do to stop it. Killer. Killer. Straight killer. And don't get no credit. They don't even talk about Boo like that, man. That shit is sad. I don't know how many killer shots he had made for him. Him and Cal was the backcourt. And they'll never mention Boo name, man. I'm telling you, whole family basketball killers. Starting with the daddy, scoring 30 a game when it wasn't even no 3-point line at Lincoln. E.T. at Madison going to state. And Coach T. No, that wasn't no fro, that was a curl. That wasn't no fro, that was a curl.
Passing it back out to the open shot.
We're at 2 minutes from the quarter. Krieger for 3. Jim Krieger is 6'5", and it's a big 3-point shot.
And Dwayne, that was a critical basket for Milwaukee.
Oh, they running at us. They running at us. That's what happened. You play number 4 in the country. You got 2 McDonald's All-Americans on the team. You got another All-American and Coach T. You had some great players, and man, shit, Washington was stacked, man. It's stacked.
Jim Krieger is 6'5" kid, junior, shooting from the outside. It looked good on hitting that 3. Hamilton in a 1-2-2 zone.
Parker has the ball knocked away on an attempt to penetrate. The Sharks, Riley puts it up and in. It's 15-10. Milwaukee Hamilton cuts the deficit at half.
Damn, they was running on us. Rich Royce. See you, Big Rich. Look at Poe. Andre Bowie. One of the realest. Killer.
They were down 15-5, right back. They had 15-10, and it's their ball out of bounds.
Really underrated, man. They really started talking about that, man. Pope was underrated, man.
Yeah,
for real.
Contact problem. He is out.
Man, I ain't gonna play all this game for y'all, man. I told y'all when I put the highlight tape out, that I was just digging in the crates, finding highlights and stuff, man. Finding old film and stuff. Look at Wilt took the charge. Man, Brad Pitt. Can't be running nobody over like that. But yeah, I ain't gonna play the whole game, man. I'm gonna sit here and watch the whole game. I ain't gonna play this whole game. You know. But yeah, this one, the city was busy. I told you, the 80s and 90s, man, some of the best years ever, man. Watching basketball. Look at this Pearl. Ooh.
He has a half a dozen at 17-10, Milwaukee, Washington. 41 seconds to play here in the opening quarter.
That's when you take charge and do it yourself, one-on-one.
No, Shakes won on our team. Which team you talking about, Ron? You talking about Mir? No, I didn't play with Cal at Mir. My boo at Mir. He was a year ahead of me. Him and Trey Gross and all them, man, they was all a year ahead of me.
James Gordon.
No, and I don't think Ezell, I don't think Ezell played on this team, man. I think he played on the year after. That 93 team with Ewell and them that won state. But no, Shakes wasn't on this team. Ewell was a freshman. He made this team. Ewell was upstate.
Averaging 4.3 points a game, 3.7
Eubanks! And Kale had a good tournament, too. He had a good game. I think Kale had like 12, 13 points this game.
Nice high follow through and hits it.
Rushing to it, that's a pair at the line for Eubanks. 17-12, back to within 5 for Milwaukee Hamilton. Ball Turreting, getting it back to Calvin Rayford.
That's one thing Jones was good at, man, running switching defenses and stuff, man.
14 seconds to play.
They like that shot under 10 seconds, getting it down around 5, and then no foul. Here it is, 6-5.
And the ball stays in the possession of Milwaukee, Washington with 3 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I had a rough first half, man. I put it together, though, in the second half. Made a run to close the gap, man. It was really like a 4-point game all the way through. And I think they blew it open, man, with a fouling at the end. If I could show y'all the whole game, which I ain't. But you would see they kind of won the game, I think, by 11. They beat us by 11. I think it was 66-72, something like that, man. But, no, they ended up beating us by 11. Yeah, it was just like a 4-6 point game pretty much the second half. And they kind of just blew it open, man. They kind of, we missed. They made their free throws, and we was coming down, taking quick shots, and couldn't hit none, man.
Losing control of the dribble, getting it back, and now fighting Calvin Rayford. 17-14, Wildcats within 3.
Oh, man, you know what it was, man. This team right here at Washington, I think they won the city conference every year. Every year that they was there. I think they won something like 40-some straight games in the city, man, without even losing. Man, this team right here should actually have 3 state championships, to be honest. Should have 3. They got 1, but they should have 3, man. Just keeping it real, man. I like Cal, Mickey D's, Moan was a Mickey D's. You talking about they probably had on that team probably about 5 all-conference players, They probably had about 2-3 all-state players. They probably had about 4 all-area players. Man, Washington was the shit. Just clearly, just keeping it 100, man. Just keeping it 100. And I had a chance to go there after we went upstate my sophomore year. But I turned it down, man, to stay at Hamilton. But me and Boo be talking about that all the time. I told him, man, I just don't know if I could have played for Gordon, man. But he said, what's the difference between Gordon and Jones? And when I thought about it, I said, it really ain't much difference, But, I supposed to have been at Washington, man. I really was, my guys. But as a middle school team, we decided to go to Hamilton because we all wanted to play. I don't think as a freshman I would have got a chance to play VAR out at Washington. They was too thick. I'd have had to wait my chance on JV. But Boo always tell me, man, no, you'd have been all right. maybe not my freshman year, but my sophomore, junior, senior year, I'd have been on them state teams, man. I'd have been on a team. I kind of, wishing that I would have just to see how it turned out, but, it's all good. It's all good, man. My career turned out all right. But, man, this one basketball was for real, man. I mean, for real. You name the teams. Teams today that y'all look at and laugh at, like the Norths, Pulaski's, Custers and Souths and all them, man, they was stacked back when we played, man. You can go down the roster, name the team. I'll tell you 2-3 cold players they had on the team, for real. Each team, 2-3 cold players, no joke. And this was going on for a decade. So it wasn't no kids leaving the city going to the suburbs, or I don't even think prep school was even heard of. The craziest story I heard was a BG story. Brian Gardner that, and Cal Rafer story too. But BG story was first, that they was trying to, get BG to come out California and Chicago to, play out there because he was one of the coldest cats in the country, man. And then to hear the Cal Rafer story, how Lyndon Cox from Chicago King tried to get Cal to move to Chicago to play for him. Hey, but I heard one of the best stories about Cal Rafer, man. How he went to an All-American camp and just, I don't know if it was Danny Hurley or Bobby Hurley, but he was ripping the boys so bad, man, that the coaches had to tell Cal, hey, man, pick him up at half court, man. He got coaches out here. You can't be embarrassing him like that, man. But, I mean, that's how he got his name. It wasn't scoring, man. He was taking the ball, facilitating, dishing. But it's some crazy stories, man.
Last two shots. Adam foul is number 22. Jack Richards gets into the lane.
Richards aggressively taking the ball to the basket. That's what you have to do, and that's one of the ways.
Yeah, we was cold too at Hamilton. I just don't, I don't talk about Hamilton like that, man. Everybody think the Looney era and the, the Elgin Cook, the Diener era and them. Man, no. We was doing this way before them. Way before D-Jack. Way before all them cats you won't name, man. We was putting this down way before then. We had a player of the year, Mr. Basketball, and Chris Jones. You know what I'm saying? Could have went to Arizona, played with Sean Elliott, but his mom passed, so he ended up going to Drake, in honor of her. But Chris was cold, man. Kind of was like Moan, if you ask me. Kind of like Moan. Ooh, that's a bad pass, turnover. Kel, Marv. Man, we had Calvin, Stewart, Keith Stewart, brother Raleigh, man. Come on now. We had Antonio Spinks out of Westline. Come on, man. I don't even want to go out to just start mentioning some of the cats Hamilton had, man. Like, we was really like that too, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The city was thick. And we didn't even play in the city conference then. This was the Big Nine. We played Bayview, South. We played against the Racine Kenosha teams. Bayview, South, us, Pulaski. We all played against the Racine and Kenosha teams. And I mean, like, Bayview was loaded, man. When you talking about Twan Clayton, come on, man. I ain't even got to say no more, man. TC right there. Come on, man. Like, come on, man. TC was one of the baddest. Like, he was the Charles Barkley before, you know what I'm saying, giving it to you how you want it. Troy Coleman, man, come on. Levi Bradley was the first really, like, besides Andre Brown, he was the first, like, 6'6" dude I seen handling the point. C. Pearl. Who else we out there? The big night, Carlton McGee. Ooh, Cal set me up, him and Boo. I tell them about that all the time, man. They always get somebody with that spear, Boo, man. Set them up and Cal come get you. Now, I was a youngster. They took advantage of me. It's all good, though. You learn from that. They only got me once in the game. They ain't get me no more.